Good afternoon. Good afternoon and welcome to the City Club of Cleveland. My name is Jan Roller and I am president of the club. In the view of many historians, John Quincy Adams was the most brilliant individual to serve as the American president. When his successor, Andrew Jackson, who in the estimation of most historians surpassed Adams' achievements, took office, Jackson is reported to have said, "I've got big shoes to fill. This is my chance to do something. I have to seize the moment." So it is with the shoes that Ronald Berkman was chosen to fill last year. So it is also with the vigorous approach he brings to his duties as the 6th president of Cleveland State University. Michael Schwartz is widely hailed for the many ways in which he elevated the stature of CSU during his tenure as president. But in the 7 months that Ronald Berkman has been on the job, he gives every indication of seizing the moment. When he was installed as president last fall, Mr. Berkman pledged to not only transform the university, but also the neighborhood in which it resides. He has announced signature themes of his administration around health and sustainability. But most significantly, to those of us attached to the City Club, he has stressed that he wants CSU to capitalize on the university's location on 85 acres in the center of the city. "Cleveland State is in and of this city," he said at his inauguration, "and the connection and bonds between the two of them must be strengthened." The bonds that President Berkman is pursuing are many. Through a renamed campus district, the university is playing a central role in the revitalization of its neighborhood, including a new district plan. CSU is working with the Cleveland Metropolitan School District to develop a K-12 public school on the university's campus. The feasibility of an extensive arts campus in Playhouse Square is being explored. Through these and other initiatives, President Berkman is seizing the moment. He comes to us most recently from Florida International University, where he served as executive vice president, provost, and chief operating officer. He had been at Florida International since 1997, also serving as executive dean of the College of Health and Urban Affairs. Dr. Berkman received his PhD from Princeton University in 1976. He taught at the Woodrow Wilson School at Princeton and also at the University of California at Berkeley, Brooklyn College, the City University of New York Graduate Center, New York University, and the University of Puerto Rico. President Berkman has repeatedly stressed his love of cities. And to quote again from his inaugural address, he said, "I don't love cities despite their problems. I love cities because of their problems." In a city too often beset with doubt because of its problems, we welcome a president of our downtown university who sees opportunity and challenge, who loves cities for themselves, and who has gladly seized the moment. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome President Ronald Berkman.
Water up here?
Yep.
Well, that was a good bit of my speech, but it's a little late to change it. So I thank you for the prompts anyway. Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board of the City Club, members of the Cleveland State University Board of Trustees, and the many guests who are here today. I'd like first to recognize and introduce to everyone my wife, Patsy Bilbao Berkman, who has actually made all of this possible and continues to make it possible and continues to contribute in many ways to the university. I would also like to acknowledge and recognize the Unger family who are here today and one of today's sponsors. And while I recognize them for their sponsorship, I also want to recognize the past 10 years of partnership with Cleveland State University through the Unger International Center for Local Government and Leadership. Thank you very much. I want to thank and extend the welcome to Chancellor Eric Fingerhut, who is here today, for his considerable help and guidance these past 6 months. And I want to especially recognize my fellow college presidents as we collaborate on public education in Northeast Ohio. Lester Lefton, Luis Proenza, Andy Roth, and the new president of Neo-UCOM, Jay Gershon. I look forward to continue to work with all of them. I have received a warm and welcome reception from students and faculty, most students and faculty, as well as from community leaders, including Mayor Jackson, Council President Martin Sweeney, who is here, our City Council, our congressional delegation, state leaders, including Governor Ted Strickland, Senate President Bill Harris, House Speaker Armin Budish, and the Speaker of the House is in the House, and I'd like to stand and be recognized. They do great work on behalf of all of us, and I want to ask the entire delegation to also stand and be recognized. It is indeed an honor to be invited to address this forum and join the ranks of nearly a century's worth of illustrious speakers. The City Club is renowned far beyond the borders of Cleveland as a citadel of free speech and as a forum designed to foster community dialogue and open new vistas on the present and the future. I consider it a great privilege to add my name to its long and storied history. I have spent most of my life in cities. Like many city kids of working class parents, I did not have the opportunity to physically or mentally stray far from my neighborhood. City kids live in a small world, and that small world also constrains their perceptions and their sense of opportunity around them. I myself, I left the city for the first time when I was about 12 years old, when I went to a camp, a YMCA camp in Pennsylvania. This was about the same time that I discovered that vegetables grew in the ground. It was a tough discovery, rather than being manufactured somewhere and put into a can. So I'm a product of the New Jersey public higher education system. Went to William Patterson College in a great city, Patterson, New Jersey, which in many ways has resemblances to Cleveland. I discovered when I went to college that I actually liked college almost as much as I hated high school. And this, for the high school kids here, there is redemption. My first course in college was urban sociology. Great material, totally uninspiring professor. It was the late 60s. It was a great time to be a student. Campuses were pulsing with an energy to make the world better. And as in the introduction indicated, after graduating from Patterson, I was accepted at Princeton, and I was accepted at Princeton with full financial support. And the importance of the full financial support was it provided me, for the first time in my life, the opportunity to devote myself entirely to education rather than the task of how to pay for my education. And this incredible opportunity has made me keenly aware of the significant challenges that students who must work to afford college encounter and the tremendous amount of freedom students receive when they are able to devote all of their energy to their academic and professional development.